So let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Or should I say the elephant missing from the room? Let's talk about hair loss. Hair loss is one of those things where I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Or would I? Just kidding. Because hair loss is stressful on its own. It's brought on possibly by stress, and then you can't help stressing about the hair loss, so you're in a constant cycle of stress and hair loss. So, what do? First, you're gonna learn how to incorporate hydrotherapy. Grab your magic elixir and you're going to put it in some water in a spray bottle. You're also going to start incorporating treatments, hot oil treatments to be exact. Especially if you use natural oils to do your hot oil treatment, you will be encouraging amino acid regrowth, meaning you're going to actually start building the hair protein from the inside out. Go ahead and saturate your hair thoroughly. Your hair loves water. In fact, that is your hair's diet. You want to make sure that you're getting every strand covered with water, but just not water. You had put the magic elixir within the water, so now you are actually depositing small amounts of amino acids into the hair cuticle, and that is going to thoroughly hydrate the hair and add instant moisture. By doing this, you are actually moisturizing your hair. You don't moisturize your hair with oils, you moisturize it with water. Then you're going to grab your hot oil treatment. Remember, I told you this is filled with tons of amino acids and natural herbs like frankincense, myrrh. It has mustard seed oil, amla oil, tea tree oil, and other oils in there that are very potent and powerful, and that's going to generate new hair strands. This is going to wake up those sleeping follicles. Because this oil is so pungent, you're going to feel it on your scalp. Not a burn, not a tingle, but you're actually going to feel the medicinal properties begin to work. And that's why it's so good for you to go ahead and pull out a hair steamer. A hair steamer is going to open up your cuticles even more and allow whatever you had put on your natural hair to seep into the cuticle, down into the cortex, and heal that scalp. After about 30 minutes under the steamer, you can see that the hair has started to take in what was on that hair strand. The water, which is the moisture, and also the amino acids, vitamins, and minerals from the hot oil treatment. This is an excellent treatment to do before and after protective styling and anytime you are washing your hair because it's going to strengthen your hair and prevent breakage and stop hair loss in its tracks. So now I'm going to separate the hair into smaller sections before I shampoo. This prevents the hair from overtangling and helps with the finger detangling method. As you can see, I'm not using a comb to comb through. I actually broke off the part of the comb to prevent me from using that comb to comb through natural coily hair. If I did that, I would actually break her hair. So that's why I use the tail of a rat tail comb to actually create parting, and I use my fingers to rake through and semi-finger detangle before her wash. Putting the hair in sections is going to make washing a lot easier, and like I said, it's going to keep the hair separated and prevents it from overtangling on you because we are practicing low manipulation techniques, and this is going to help regenerate hair. I highly recommend using a natural shampoo. A natural shampoo is going to thoroughly and gently cleanse the hair strand without stripping it of its natural sebum. And we like that. We don't want to cleanse the hair that well to the point where our hair turns dry so that we need your typical conditioner. But if you use a natural, safe, and gentle shampoo like Main Magic's Natural Shampoo Hair and Scalp Rinse, this is going to help promote thickness, promote growth and length retention, and it's going to gently cleanse your hair without stripping it. And it contains all natural herbs, roots, plants, and seeds to make sure your hair grows. Okay, so make sure you grab that from cocaknotz.com. And in fact, all products are linked at cocaknotz.com. So let's go on to after the wash. After you are done rinsing her hair in the sections using a natural shampoo, it's time to seal in all that moisture, add back vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and amino acids into the hair strand, and it's just going to help further regrowth the hair and regenerate the hair, wake up those sleeping follicles. After shampooing, I make sure not to use a towel to dry the hair. I just use it to blot and not remove all the excess water. We need that excess water to add as moisture so we can seal that in using the leave-in conditioner. You want to make sure that you do not dry out the hair. And if your hair begins to start getting dry, keep that trusty spray bottle nearby that you can re-moisturize it. After I put a butter or a oil on first, I go ahead and double seal it with another oil or butter. And I switch it around. Sometimes I put the butter first, sometimes I put the oil. But now I'm going to put the Magic Growth Oil on. It's a very thick oil, great for thick hair and great for promoting thickness. And that's what we want. We want fullness, we want length, we want to fill in those spaces, honey, because we don't want her hair all spacey forever. Now, hair loss is one of those things where it always seems to happen at the worst time. Well, I mean, there's no good time for hair loss, but it always seems to happen when you're already stressed about a job, finances, bills, them kids, that man. It can be from postpartum, temporary illness, PTSD. There's all different sorts of ways where your hair can start breaking out of nowhere and shedding. And next thing you know, you ain't got no edges. So, you want to go ahead and get on top of hair loss. You don't want to keep watching your hair fade away. You want to make sure that you stop hair loss in its tracks and you start to regrow your hair and stimulate growth. Most sudden hair loss is not permanent unless you make it permanent. And when I say that, I mean if you sit there and watch your hair start fading away, yeah, it's probably going to be very hard to get it back, and you probably will give up on your hair, which will make it permanent hair loss. But if you stop hair loss in its tracks and you get on top of it, your hair loss will just be temporary and you can actually reawaken those hair's follicles and awake them from sleeping, because sometimes it's just sleeping. You know what I'm saying? You just left it for too long. It's protecting itself because of damage from probably wigs, from tight hair styles or something like that, and your hair just follicles went to sleep. Or, like I said, if you're suffering from any type of illness or stressors, the body is so brilliant that it will stop sending nutrients to nails, hair, things like that, just so it can send all that extra nutrients to vital organs, just to keep your organs in tip-top shape. So it would actually rob Peter to pay Paul. So basically, it'll rob your edges to make sure your heart is in great condition. So sometimes you just need to give your body a little time for it to recalibrate and get itself together. In the meantime, don't constantly be getting tight braids. Don't be using combs and yanking your hair out. And don't be using products that are going to actually stunt your hair growth. And there are certain products that will stunt your hair growth and slow your hair growth down. There are so many products on the market that are synthetic, that may claim they contain natural ingredients, but in actuality, they just contain a lot of lubricants, a lot of synthetic chemicals, and fake conditioning agents that will build up on your hair's cuticle, blocking the entrance of each cuticle, not letting water get through to it. And if your hair doesn't get water, it will starve. So that's why sometimes you need to do a detox and remove all them extra products off your hair's cuticles. You need to remove it off your scalp, because some products can actually build up in the pores of your scalp, because your scalp is literally your face with hair on it. And just like you want to put a whole bunch of clogging products on your face, knowing you'll probably wake up with tons of pimples, that's the same thing with your scalp. You don't want to clog the pores of your scalp to the point where you can't your scalp can't breathe. It's constantly throwing up, itching, got an attitude, don't want to mess with you no more, because you done overstimulated it with so much synthetic products. And now you can't stimulate hair growth. So, after sealing in that moisture and putting her hair back into sections, it's time for me to actually style her hair. I'm doing a very lightweight, tension free hairstyle. This is a protective style that's going to help on her regrowth journey. Okay. Now, of course, you can still see spaces because she was suffering from hair loss. But what I do notice, because this is my third time putting this protective style in her hair since working with her, is that the parts are more clean. Before, the hair was so short, it could not even get into sections without looking frizzy at the roots. But now, there's some clean parts because the hair is getting longer and able to fit in each section. I did not use a comb for this, and when I was all done, I made sure to base the scalp with the Healing Scalp Ointment. This is, oh my gosh, it's an ointment for real because this little thing, oh my goodness, this, you feel it instantly as I put it on your scalp. It starts to stimulate those blood cells on the scalp, and it starts to really open up those pores. So that healing herbal medicinal remedy can get up in that scalp and start to do its job and help sprout new growth, because that's what we want to see. We want to see more peach fuzz. We want to see those spots filling in, and I put it all through her scalp. And to make it even more potent, girl, I put her under the steamer again for 10 minutes to make sure that gets into the scalp. You want to make sure that the scalp health is on tip top shape with a nice healthy scalp pH, because a healthy scalp is going to sprout new growth. Okay. And because her hair is so juicy, because I use those two products, make sure you grab all these products. Okay, especially if you're suffering from hair loss. Because I use those two products, her hair is nice, sealed, moisturized, bouncy, and juicy. Okay. And that scalp looks so pretty, and I'm so excited for her hair growth journey. And thank you so much for subscribing and watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.